you very much for accepting our invitation to join. And so normally when we do these gatherings, we do like a little presentation of the person who is about to talk. And what I feel to share is that it is such a great joy that I could serve as a bridge from you, like just because of the language, the interpretation to these people here. So I'm very, very happy that I can just serve as a bridge for you to share what I feel is really like this infinite well of joy and love. So just say that again in Portuguese, and then I'll go to the translation booth, and then you just make sure you select the English language there, okay? So, então, só dei as boas-vindas ao John Mark e eu disse que é uma alegria muito grande poder fazer essa ponte entre tudo isso que eu conheço do John Mark, que é uma alegria e um amor, assim, infinitos, que é com muita alegria mesmo que eu trago e faço essa ponte aqui para vocês, traduzindo para o português. Então, agora eu vou voltar para a cabine, vocês não vão me ver mais, mas não esquece de selecionar o português, então, para a tradução. So now with you, ladies and gentlemen, Mark. Okay. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Juliana. I'm so honored to be here. I'm going to have to learn Portuguese because when you spoke in Portuguese, your hands danced. You used your hands so much, but when you spoke in English, your hands didn't move at all. I'm honored to be here, and I come forth to abide with you today in celebration of you, each of you, as you are, as you have ever been, and whatever you may choose to become. I come forth in honor and celebration of you. For through you, I know myself. Through you, I know God. Through you, I know our eternal existence. There was a song playing before we began, and in English, the words to that song were, "Take me home today. Take me home today." And many of us feel that we are separate. We are apart from that which is our eternal, blessed nature. But what if that's not so? What if right here, right now, and in every moment of our temporary lives on earth, we can know and feel our eternal union with our source? We can know and feel perfect peace. We can know joy in the midst of uncertainty. We can know freedom in the midst of the limitations and the demands of these bodies. So many of us have been taught that the only way to go home is to die. How many believe that? How many have been taught that? That you get to go home after you die? Well, I'm here to tell you that that's bullshit. That's just what we've been taught, and it is not true. I would like to take you on a journey home within the sanctity and sovereignty of your own being. And you already have everything you need to take this journey. You need no classes, you need no books, you need no understanding, you need nothing other than what you already have, what we each already have. So who would be interested in taking a journey home to feel the ever-present connection to your eternal self? Anyone? I do, I want to. Okay, so here's the thing. Like I said, you don't need to know anything. This is not special. It is not hard. There's no difficulty whatsoever. It doesn't matter what your mind does or doesn't do. The only thing that is required is that you allow yourself to experience your experience, not someone else's experience. That's their experience, but just to experience your experience. It couldn't be any simpler than that. You ready to give it a try? Okay. So I'm going to ask everyone if you would. This is easier with your eyes closed. Once you practice a while, you'll be able to do it with your eyes open. But just to begin with, give your eyes closed and just notice, become aware of where your awareness or the light of your unique consciousness is focused. We each have the light of awareness, the light of consciousness. When God said, "Let there be light," this is the light they're talking about. This is what was created. So you each have one. You each are a unique aspect of this one limitless light. So just notice, if I ask you to become aware of your feet immediately, with no effort, you become aware of your feet. There's no doubt, there's no effort. You simply know, these are my feet. You can feel whether those feet have socks on or are barefooted. You can feel if they're on the ground or maybe on the couch. You simply know immediately, intimately, you know. Now let your light become aware of your hands. And notice again, with no effort, this mysterious power of the light of your unique awareness knows where your hands are. There's no doubt about it. And even without looking, you know if your hand is open or closed. You may know if it's warm or cool. Effortless, simple knowing, directly and uniquely for each one of you. Now become aware of your nose and just notice everything else falls away and your nose becomes highlighted in your awareness. So simple, so easy. This is the power that we each have as light itself, to focus our light and to know what we are focused upon. Effortless and simple. So now you can each open your eyes, and I'm going to use a little prop to create an explanation. So before we became these bodies, we were pure light, pure consciousness. We didn't have a form, we didn't have a body. But when we incarnate into the earth and we take on a form or a body, our light enters that form and gives it life. Without the light of awareness, the body doesn't last anymore. That's what we think death is. So you were and forever will be this light of consciousness as your basic and primal eternal identity. our sense of separation is that when we entered these bodies, we focused that light exclusively on the body and its five senses: sight, sound, hearing, feeling, and tasting. And we're all really, really good at it. Who walks around forgetting your body? Anyone? So we are all masters, master creators of focusing our infinite light into the tiny point of awareness of our physical forms, our bodies. And our bodies and our five senses only report to us form or things that are temporary. Just like the body has a beginning and an end, just as my words have a beginning and an end, just as the wonderful creamy taste of an ice cream cone has a beginning and an end, all that our physical form tells us is that of temporary things. Let me get a nod if everyone's with me so far, understanding. Okay, so the only thing that has separated us from our eternal spirit or formless nature is that we've just focused only on form, on matter, on what's temporary. But we can reawaken our light. We can reawaken and use our light to also report to us our eternal nature. So I'm going to use this bottle as an example. So my eyes, the light through my eyes reports this bottle is here, right? I can hear it. It doesn't taste like much, but I can taste. I know that it's there because I can feel it. I can shake it. I know that this bottle exists because the light of my awareness through my five senses is illuminating, showing me that this bottle is here. This bottle has not always existed. It was an idea in someone's mind, and then they made or manufactured this bottle. And this bottle will not always exist. It had a beginning, it will naturally have an end. But there's a space, there's a place, there is light in which this bottle has an existence. So when this bottle comes into existence, the space or the emptiness in which it arises goes nowhere. The bottle coexists within that emptiness, that spaciousness. And that spaciousness remains. So no spaciousness, no bottle, bottle in spaciousness, spaciousness. So the spaciousness never changes when the temporary things come and go. Just like our bodies, they come and they go. So the space inside this bottle allows anything to be within it. I have water within it. I could put milk within it. I could put beer within it. I could put rocks within it. I could put urine within it. This spaciousness accepts all things. I could fill it with nuclear waste. That's okay too. This spaciousness allows all things. So if the bottle is like our bodies and the empty space is like our eternal spirit, we can use the light of our awareness to become aware of what's eternal. We can use the light of our awareness to tell us about our eternal nature, not just our temporary nature, not just our body and its five physical senses. So, would you like to join me further in taking a journey home today? Within the sovereignty, within the privacy of your own consciousness, right where you are, right as you are. You don't have to forgive any previous sins to know this. You don't have to pray or chant in order to know this. You don't have to ask or beseech the Creator, oh please, oh please, oh please. You don't have to do any of that. You simply have to allow yourself to orient and use your light in a slightly different manner. So let's do that together, if you will. So again, I ask you to close your eyes. And all you need to do here, it doesn't matter what spiritual text you believe in, this is true for all beings on the earth. It doesn't matter what they believe. It doesn't matter if they're happy or if they're sad, or if they've done good things or they've done bad things. None of that matters. So again, without any effort, focus on your feet and just wonder and marvel. You don't even have to think about it. You don't even have to think words. It just happens. You become aware of your feet. So we've been using the light of our awareness like a flashlight. We've narrowed the focus, we've illuminated our body, and we're focusing it on specific parts of our body. And we all know how to do this. It's natural, it's simple, it's easy. We were doing it as infants before anyone taught us language, before anyone taught us how to speak Portuguese with your hands. So now, instead of focusing on your feet or your hands or your nose, rather than focusing on any specific part of your body, just hold your whole body very gently, like you might nurture a newborn infant. And just realize you are absolutely certain that that is your body. Doubt is impossible. You know that is your body. You're not feeling someone else's body. There's no question. Am I feeling something? No, you just know, this is my body. Utter certainty. And you know because you're simply using the light of awareness, the light of consciousness to become aware of what is. You've simply followed my direction, followed my guidance, and used your light in a simple, effortless way. And you are in a state of no doubt. So now, without any effort, just being curious and open, allow your light, the light of your awareness, to become aware of, to focus on the empty space that is suffusing, that's permeating your body. This requires no doing. You get just to merely receive and experience using your light to focus on the eternal. You can't do it wrong. There's no getting it right. There's no experience you're supposed to have. There is merely the one that you are having now. And again, without any effort, bring your awareness back to your body, that familiar friend, that ever present body that you walk around in. And notice how simple and immediately you become aware of your body again. And again, with no effort, just allow the light of your awareness to shine beyond the body into the spaciousness, the emptiness that is suffusing the body, not outside the body, not in a mysterious place called heaven, but right here, right where your body is, the emptiness, the spaciousness that is suffusing your body. And recognize that whatever your experience is, you know it. You don't have to think about it. Your mind may be eager to label it, to call it something, and that's okay. That's what we've taught the mind to do. But what do you experience when you use your eternal light to become aware of that spaciousness, that emptiness, that source within your own body? For me, I feel a sense of incredible peace. It's an experience that just is. And just so you know, I have no power to do this to you or to do this for you. The power is yours. It is the power of choice to use your sovereign light any way you wish. So, what if the journey home for us is not a journey in time, doesn't require death, but is effortless, intimate, familiar, and available in every moment of your existence? Simply choosing to use your light in a new way, in an expanded way. So now let your light of your awareness come back and become aware of your physical form, realizing that you've gone nowhere. We haven't had to project our consciousness past the solar system, beyond the universe, into some mystical realm of heaven. But right here on earth, in our very bodies, we can touch that which is absolutely eternal. So when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and realize that that too is easy. And when you do, without any effort, your light of your awareness, that mysterious power of God within us, reports to you everything that's in your awareness. Take me home today. Could it be that home has always been right here, right now? We've just used our light to focus only on the body and the temporary things of earth. I don't know about you, but I think this is cool. And it's not hard. And isn't this true for every person on earth? It doesn't matter what they claim to believe. It doesn't matter the color of their skin. It doesn't matter whether they're male or female, skinny or fat, tattooed or whatever. It is true equally for all beings. And each of us can use the power of this consciousness, the very light that we are, that God created us to be aware of whatever we choose. Ah, I hope you're all doing well so far. We're going to continue to play if that's okay with you, because this isn't work. We're not trying to get anything right. We're playing with our light so that we can be in discovery of that which is unique to us. We can be in direct knowing. I call it gnosis. I hope Juliana has a word for that. Because this isn't knowing like you've been taught in your mind. It's not knowing like you've been taught what colors are and you've been taught math or you've been taught how to behave. It's not that kind of knowing. It is more intimate, it is immediate, and it is unquestioned beyond doubt. And it's so crazy simple. Most beings totally overlook it because they're seeking God, and that must be something different. Okay, how many of you, just by raising your hands, have prayed for guidance, have prayed for wisdom, have prayed for knowledge? How many? Who amongst us hasn't? We all have. How many of you have asked and asked and asked, and it seems like the answer never comes? Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. What would it be like for the answers to come with the same knowing as you know, these are my feet? Would that be something worthy of figuring out, worthy to practice, worthy to play with? Okay, so we're going to use the light of our awareness to alternate from being aware of our bodies and asking questions in our mind and slipping, sliding, effortlessly gliding into presence and asking and receiving answers there. So, would you be willing to try that with me on our journey home today? Okay. So again, take a deep breath, and when you close your eyes, just become aware of your body, and for a moment, celebrate your body. Your body is an effortless master of presence. Your mind may go way off to the future. Your mind may go way off to the past. But your body, without any thought, without any effort, is always, always, effortlessly right here, right now. Always has been, always will be. What if the perfect mastery and perfect presence of our body could be a simple doorway to our eternal nature? We don't have to go to an ashram in India. We don't have to go anywhere. Wherever our body is, wherever the light of our awareness is within our body, we can connect immediately and intimately to eternity, to the very source that creates all life, to the infinite mystery of intelligence which creates all things, to the silence which speaks every language that's ever been spoken. And what if the mastery of our body is a simple doorway into that infinite light, that infinite wisdom? So let's play with that. Let's explore that together as we go home today. So again, close your eyes and just feel your body. And you may have had conflict in your life with your body. You may not have liked the way it looked. You may have thought it was too ugly or too fat or too smelly or too hairy or too something, something, something. But just for a moment, recognize that no matter what you thought, it is a master of being here and now. Celebrate that your body already effortlessly does what many of you have tried so hard to get your mind to do. So just rest there with the light of your awareness, cradling your body like an infant, and just be grateful, just be thankful that this body has been a master your whole life and you maybe didn't realize it. You maybe hadn't appreciated it. Maybe the body's not a prison. Maybe it's just a doorway. Maybe it's just a simple way to anchor our light into a temporary earthly experience. And your body is always effortlessly present. It doesn't need a strategy. You don't wake up in the morning trying to remember, I have to remember to keep my body here and now. It's already perfect mastery. So now let's play with guidance. So let your light, your unique consciousness be aware of your body. And when I ask this question, allow your mind to report the very simple answer. When was I born? And for each of you, you each get the unique answer of when your body was born. No question, no doubt, just simple truth. Now, without any effort, allow the light of your awareness to shine beyond the body, within the body, to the spaciousness or the emptiness, the eternal presence which is within the body. And when I ask this question, just feel the answer. Just let the gnosis naturally arrive. It's not a question for your mind. When was this presence, when was I as presence born? And allow the mysterious power of your unique light to show you the difference between when your spaciousness, your very presence, your essence was born and the answer to that question, and the response that came from your mind when we ask, when was your body born? Now, again, come back to your physical body with no effort, feeling it familiar. What needs does my body have? And just allow yourself to receive the response. What needs does my body have? You may get food, water, companionship, shelter, medicine, whatever you get is perfectly okay. The body has needs. Now, without any effort, allow your awareness, your light, to focus on the spaciousness, the emptiness, the very essence of life within your body that isn't a form, it isn't matter. And just feel your response to this question. What does this spaciousness within me need? Now allow your awareness to come back to your body. We'll do one more thing and then we'll do some sharing. So when you allow the light of your awareness to be on the form, the matter, the physicality of your body, you know exactly where the edge of your body is. There's no doubt about it. Your skin represents the edge of your form. And the light of your awareness seems to stop at the edge of your body. Now turn the light of your awareness towards the emptiness or the spaciousness within. And just see if you can find an edge. Is there a place where that spaciousness begins or ends? What if our bodies are indeed individual and unique, but this spaciousness, this light within has no limits. It is the same within each one of us. What if the oneness we all seek has been here all along? What if our eternal nature has been here all along? We've just failed to notice it, to know it, to be it. So if you want to seek guidance, you can certainly ask the questions in your mind. You can certainly pray a prayer in your mind. But if you would like to hear or feel or know the response, move your awareness to the eternal light where all wisdom abides. Don't stay focused on your tiny body mind where the answer isn't, or you wouldn't even be asking. So now bring the light of your awareness back to your body. You can open your eyes when you feel ready. And Juliana, we can take questions. People can share of their experience here. Anything is fine.
Se alguém sentir vontade
So
de
if anyone feels like sharing, so please ask me to open your microphone, or you can also write it in the chat box, or you can raise your digital hand.
Acho que foi todo mundo embora para
I
casa.
think everybody went back home.
Tem alguns comentários.
So there are some comments.
A Alta achou fantástico.
So fantastic.
Maravilhoso.
And it was wonderful. Thank you.
Se alguém tiver vontade de fazer
So if anybody feels like
eu vou abrir seu áudio adesivo,
asking a question, so I'm going to open your microphone. So please speak slowly because you're being translated into English. Good evening, everyone. It is a great joy with this gathering again. So I missed everybody. John, I felt a re-encounter with a simplicity, and at the same time comes with the context of natural awakening. I don't know if I can be understood, but it's really like a lot of sensations. And I would like to talk a little bit about, so we have a concept of health, emotional health, mental health, as an integration between mind and body, or a balance between mind and body. And at the same time, we were doing all this process of meditation, relaxation, this invitation to notice the body in the present moment and do not put our minds into past and future. I thought this is the core. So I would like to talk about health in this context of body and mind integrated.
Well, thank you for your question. Why are we sick in our bodies? Why are we diseased, disturbed in our minds? Because we feel separate from our source. We feel alone. We feel overwhelmed by the needs that our bodies have, that our relationships have. Yes, there is some correlation to the things you eat, the things you do with your body, the way you take care of it, but those are small compared to the reestablishing the union between the temporary and the eternal. Jesus had a very simple teaching. When you make the two into one, when you make the temporary, the body, and the eternal, the spirit, when you make those one, you will know peace in the body. How many of you, just by raise of hands, when you became aware of the eternal presence within, felt peace? Do you think your body would be healthier if your body was bathed in that peace all the time? Do you think your mind would be at greater ease if it knew it had help and support and connection to infinite wisdom? If guidance was always available for anything, how to be in relationship, should I get a new job, what should I have for dinner? I mean, we just don't have to ask spirit, what's the purpose of life kind of questions. Guidance is available for everything. So we can bring peace and health and healing to our bodies and our minds when we stop separating our temporariness, our bodies and our personalities from the eternal spirit. Call it God, call it the source, call it whatever you want. Just go home over and over and over and over. So I won't offer you worldly ways to bring health to the body or peace to the mind. I will take you home where the power of God itself can do those things because you're connected to it. You're not asking and then waiting for an answer that never seems to come. You're connected to it directly, intimately, in your own being. So thank you for the good question. That's what I have to share with you about bringing integration and health into the body and health into our minds, because we stop demanding that we be separate from the source of all wisdom, the source of all healing power.
Uau!
Well, so we have some more comments and we have one more question. So in the comments, it is so beautiful, the simplicity of the answer in the presence. And a person, Marilena, said that she had so much pain in her body, but when she went within, she didn't feel any pain anymore.
Fazendo som de milagre, assim, gente, anjos cantando.
So he's doing like a sound of angels singing and miracle. And Tasso has a question. So I will invite you to open your mic.
Oi, John. Oi,
Hello, John.
Oi, todo mundo.
Hello, everyone.
Achei fantástico.
I thought it was fantastic, this experience of
De trazer a mente pro aqui e agora.
bringing your mind to here and now with this tool, which is our body. And I had an experience, beautiful, that I was really infused and I was in the love of God, in this like raw material, because where my feet are, God is also there, because my body was made as the raw material of God. This is the expression of the source. It was really like an incredible experience. So now my heart is beating really fast. So it was really incredible, this diving. So thank you, John. Thank you, everybody.
Woohoo! Yay! So thank you, Tasso, for sharing that beautiful experience. That our bodies are the very lifeblood of God. They're made of the same essence. Without these bodies and without creation, the earth, the universe, God would have no expression. We are God as expression. So, what I've shared with you is not a way to get away from our bodies, it's the way to incarnate your infinite spirit in your body. It is a way to make your eternal nature and your physical nature one. And it is so, so simple. Maybe that's why it's so hard for so many, because our minds can't do simple. Because this knowing, the gnosis that arose in each of you, just happened. It didn't come from your thinking mind. Your experience was a direct gift from the mysterious source of all life. And it didn't matter what you've done in the past. It didn't matter if you think you have sinned in the past. It is totally irrelevant, whatever you've done in the past. So thank you. What's next?
A Adete também levantou a mão.
So there is that, she raised her hand. But there is a question here in the chat box from Margarida. So I just found it, and she says, I have an ear in which I cannot hear. How do I access health and I start hearing again?
So if I understand correctly, you have one of your ears that you don't hear well with. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So when you play in discovery with what I've shown you, the simplicity of it, and you begin to realize that you can hear and know in your own spirit clearly and perfectly, that perfection, that ability to hear and know will then begin to permeate or translate itself to the body. So it's not that we seek physical healing for the ear, we go within to hear, to know, and let that hearing and knowing heal and translate the body. So how many of you have heard that whenever you pray or whenever you ask for some information, God immediately responds? Well, what if we've just not been paying attention? We haven't been tuned. We haven't turned our light to the eternal where the immediate answer is. So you can take your question, how can I support the healing of my hearing, and then move into that eternal space. And whatever is perfect for you, unique to you, to support that healing will come to you. Your answer, not a generic one or an earthly one, but the steps that you need to take to effect a change or a healing. Or the healing may be merely accepted, that you can hear within and your earthly hearing is not such a big deal. I don't know what will come for you, but I know what comes for you will be perfect for you.
John, muitas
John,
mensagens de gratidão.
there are many messages of people thanking you here in the chat box, and also the words simplicity, joy. They appear many, many times.
Yay! Yeah, we can lift the burden from our overstuffed minds of all the effort and all the trying and all the remembering and all the memorizing.
Também teve, antes de abrir para
So before I open to that, so Andrea commented that she found her soul back and she was very happy and she didn't want to come back. So if you can talk about it. She refound her soul and she didn't want to come back.
Don't come back alone. Don't bring your soul with you. Come back as your soul. And let it be simple. Don't make it complicated or don't make it hard. Don't expect people to come start kissing your feet because you're an awakened being. Come back with your spirit and live the fullness of life. Have your temporary earthly experience with the power and peace of your eternal soul. And no one can do that for anyone. Each of us must do it for ourselves. And as you do that, you'll be able to show others that it's possible. Like the Christ, you will become the life, the truth, and the way. And you will be able to show and demonstrate to others, I have connection to my eternal spirit. I don't have to be frightened of being incarnate on this world. I can be free here and now. That would be a wondrous gift, first to give yourself, and then share with all others as you feel moved to do so.
Muito bem. Det, vou pedir para você.
So I'll ask you, Det, to open your microphone. So please speak slowly.
Tá bom. Boa noite a todos.
Good evening, everyone.
John,
Good evening, John.
estou acompanhando
I've been following since the beginning,
fazendo os exercícios.
and I was doing the exercises that he proposed.
Impressionante
It was very
o
impressive,
que a gente acessa.
the knowing that we access without even knowing that everything is within. We have all this,
Essa gama de coisas, meu Deus,
all this
conhecimento,
things, oh, so much knowledge, so much gnosis, and so much space has been opened. And I would like to ask you, John,
estar nesse estado.
if being in that state, I would like very much
4 horas por dia.
to be 24 hours, 24/7 in this state, very aware and accessing all this light that I am, that is my being.
É uma questão
If
de escolha,
everything, if this is a matter of choice,
meio,
or
alguma dica,
do you have any tip?
sabe?
Um,
Eu amei
Because I really, really loved
sentir.
listening to you and feeling the light that comes from within.
Wonderful question. I'll give you a couple of tips, a couple of pointers. Keep it simple. It is just a matter of choice. You all moved the light of your awareness with your own will. I did nothing to you. It is a choice where you shine that light. So all we have to do is break the habit of using our light just on the temporary things. So each time you realize, oh, I've shined only on my temporary self, celebrate yourself. Not that you've fallen from grace and you're only aware, but that you remembered, you noticed it, and now you're empowered to choose and reconnect. It doesn't matter if you forget. You're not wrong for it. You're not bad for it. Don't beat yourself up. Just return, period. You don't have to forgive yourself. You don't have to chant. You don't have to lash yourself or beat yourself up. Just return. Simply, directly, and intimately. And just in the way that we've all been masters of being focused only on the temporary, we can also be masters of the eternal and the temporary being one. It just takes choice, practice, and patience. So Jesus teaches there's only one choice between love, your wholeness, this spaciousness, and fear, your body disconnected from that. That's it. Simple. So just make the choice, and not with words in your mind, but energetically. Make it real through the doorway of your body. And until you know it, until you've reestablished that union, that communion, and have fun being in discovery of yourself. You have eternity to explore it. There's no rush. You don't have to accomplish anything really, really quickly. Do your best and be patient with yourself. And thank you for the wonderful question. I'm sure many others here had the same question on their minds.
Tem mais uma pessoa que
So there is another person who would like to ask. So Galaxy, but her name is Marya. So I'll ask you to open your microphone and to accept the invitation.
Pode falar.
So you can talk now.
Boa noite a todos.
Good evening, everyone.
Boa noite, John.
Good evening, John.
Estão me ouvindo?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Estão? Tá, então vou continuar. É assim.
So go on.
Isso que eu ouvi,
What I heard.
escrevi, eu venho
So I even wrote it down. I've been practicing it for some years. This using the five senses in a aware way, in a conscious way. And for 15 years now. And 15 years ago, I had an experience, a mystical experience, where I felt ecstasy, like a big joy when I was practicing intensively this use of the five senses. And it was something, it was unforgettable. And I never forgot it. There was only one time and for some moments and where I felt the joy in all the cells of my body, and I felt that that was living, but that was the only time I could do it. And I continue on doing this every day using the conscious five senses, so hearing and touch. This is all based on a book that I read and I reread, and the author of this book says that awakening is using your senses and do not confuse them with yourself. And I practice this very much, but I feel
fiquei como uma marca, né?
I lost you, Juliana.
Tá certo.
sorry, I was asking her to speak a little bit slower because it was a bit too fast. So as a summary, I would like to use more these conscious senses and also don't have this memory or like a trauma, something similar to a movie that the Superman movie in which Superman had an experience in somewhere in the past, and he spent the rest of his life trying again to reproduce that experience. So sometimes I feel like him, but I didn't want that. I want to erase that. And I would just like to live it again. But it's difficult because it's like a positive mark of something that I've experienced, and I wanted to live this again, but I can't do this anymore. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a question, but that's so a willingness to go on and to go deeper on using my senses. This is the comment I would like to do. Thank you.
So Juliana, was there a question in there? Because I really enjoyed the sharing. I would suggest to each of you that the way to be truly in communion in this space is to enter each one empty, not expecting any particular thing, not expecting something that has happened in the past. How many of you remember a first ice cream cone that was just amazing? Well, part of why it was amazing was because it was utterly brand new. You had never had that experience. But once you've had 100 ice creams, it doesn't seem to be quite as amazing. So like her beautiful experience of entering into presence and reconnecting, because it was so new, because it was so pure, it was ecstatic. But once that connection is made, it's no longer experienced in the same way. So we can live life differently when we don't seek for things from our past, because you're never going to have the first ice cream cone first again. But you can have your now present experience, your present communion with that source again now. And each of those will be unique. Each experience will be unique, and they will all be unique for each of us. So when we enter this communion, we enter it with what Jesus called empty hands, meaning we take nothing with us in. We don't come to God saying, here's what I had before, I want more. We come with empty hands into what Jesus calls the holy instant, where in the instant of that connection, our wholeness is there and can express to us whatever we need in the moment. And when we become present, we can experience all of our present experiences in this union fully, and you'll come to find that you don't make memories of them. You don't hold on to them because you're in the next experience. So the longing for anything that you've had in the past begins to fall away. And that's not a loss, that's greater freedom. So I hope that's helpful. If not, throw it out and do whatever you want. So I think we've got like 9 minutes left. Let's play one more connection. Let me offer up one more gift in communion. And then I guess you'll wrap it up in whatever way you do. Okay? Great. I can see smiles on faces. Or yeah, this is the good stuff. Let's do the good stuff. Great. So again, this time take a really deep breath all the way down into the belly of your body. And as you breathe out, just really relax. Just accept my body's already a master of being right here, right now, and I am its willing student. Within this body is the very presence of God, the very presence of the divine. And I am wide open to enter that communion and receive whatever is highest and best for me now. So as you use the light of your awareness to be aware of your body, just appreciate, I've been walking around in a master the whole time. I didn't need any crazy teachers. My body is a teacher. My body already is perfectly present. And I honor it for that mastery. I thank it for its effortless being. And I shine the light of my awareness on it in gratitude. And just realize we have all given our bodies so many purposes. We've demanded so much of our bodies. To be pretty, to be healthy, to be funny, to be nice, to make money, to help others, you name it. We've demanded so much of our bodies. And I know, like me, many of you have felt burdened by that struggle. burdened under the weight of those expectations and those demands. How we've demanded that we change, how we've demanded that we be different, how we've demanded that we be better, that we be smarter, that we be prettier, that we be healthier. So many demands. Now, without any effort, expand the light of your awareness to embrace that emptiness, that spaciousness, the spirit within. And let yourself realize this spirit, this presence, this spaciousness accepts you exactly as you are. Recognize that this presence is making no demands upon you. Recognize that this presence has no need for you to be anything other than as you are. As the gentleman earlier said, the very love of God expressing in the body, accepting you as you are. No matter what your body looks like, no matter what you know or don't know, feel the embrace of that absolute acceptance. What if we all gave up trying to be better? What if we all gave up trying to earn this love? What if we just use the light of our awareness to accept, oh shit, it's right here. It has been here the whole time. I don't need to do anything to earn it. I don't need to read any book to learn it. I can revel and rest in this acceptance and in this embrace. We don't have to impress God. We don't have to earn anything. But we are free to enter this embrace whenever, however we choose. A love that is absolutely accepting and gives us only utter freedom to think as we wish, to feel as we wish, to be as we wish. What an eternal gift. How different might your life be if you come home and make your temporary body and your eternal spirit one. No one can do it for you. It already is. It's up to you to use the light of your consciousness to realize it, to make it real for you. I'm just a friend who's shown you the way, a way. There's not the way, that's a way. If it's helpful for you, Play with it. Be an eternal discovery, an eternal dance with your source. If it doesn't work for you, fear not. The universe will bring you what will work uniquely well for you. It's been an honor and a joy to abide with you today. Juliana, thank you for inviting me to be with your friends. Thank you for letting me come together and celebrate each of them as they are, to hold hands with them as we all embraced as the one infinite presence that we are. I don't know if there's anything more sacred or more holy than what we've done together. And what a bonus that it's easy and simple. We didn't need incense. We didn't all have to dress up in a similar way. We didn't need to light a bunch of candles and chant for 10 hours. We could simply enter into an embrace and share in the love and the peace of that one spirit. Thank you each for journeying with me. I celebrate you, I bless you, I honor you, and play well, friends.
I'll go out of my translation booth.
Thank you for doing the translation as well, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful gathering. I was watching people while you were just playing with us, and yeah, my heart was filled. And I could feel the whole vibration. Então eu senti toda a vibração de todos vocês. Foi uma grande alegria fazer essa jornada. Thank you. So maybe I'll just...
Hey, Janae. I see another one of my American friends. And hello, Glenn.
Yes. Do you want to say anything, Glenn?
Oh, now I'm unmuted. It's so wonderful to, John Mark, to hear you again and experience this again. Juliana, this is the first time I've experienced the simultaneous translation, and it's wonderful.
So I just also feel, John Mark, to tell a little bit about your website, and maybe just to finish, we'll play a song and we dance together. So I just tell people to visit your website, and they feel like going to the donation button. So just let them know, and then we can dance a little bit. Yeah?
Sure,
That's okay?
thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you very much.
Eu só gostaria de falar para vocês que o John Mark tem um site e ele tem um botão para doação, e todo o trabalho dele é realmente compartilhar esse amor. Então eu convido a todos vocês que se sentiram tocados pela mensagem para fazer isso. A gente tem o e-mail de vocês, a gente vai mandar também nos grupos o endereço do site do John Mark, para que vocês possam sentir aí no coração tudo isso que vocês sentiram, que vocês possam também retribuir de alguma maneira. Tá bom? E para a gente terminar o encontro, então a gente vai dançar juntos hoje. Eu vou colocar uma musiquinha aqui para nós. So I'll play a song for us, and we can all dance, and I don't know, and maybe I'll open the mics if anyone wants to say anything. Oh, I had my song here, but of course then I closed. Estou tudo. Okay. So I just share my sound here. Então todo mundo fica à vontade se quiser dançar, se quiser pular. Esse é o nosso encontro aqui. Ok? Good.
If all the beings in all the worlds were free from suffering and without desire and burst into unstoppable joy, I wonder what might happen if all the stars in all the skies were strung together with common thread and shone together with common light, the light of love. I am, I am alive, unstoppable love. I am, I am light, unfadable light. I am, I am joy, unstoppable joy. I am, unstoppable joy. I wonder what might happen if all the eyes began to see the mystery of love unfolding in the perfection of you and me. I wonder what might happen if all the hearts that felt the pulse would dance together to the rhythm of one song and sing united as one voice, the voice of love. I am, I am love, unstoppable love. I am, I am light, unfadable light. I am, I am joy, unstoppable joy. I am, unstoppable joy.
Unstoppable
Joy, joy, joy,
unstoppable joy.
I am love.
I am what I am.
I am light. I am joy.
Unstoppable joy.
I am unstoppable joy.
Woohoo!
Thank you, everyone.
Play well,
Obrigada.
friends.
Eu queria desmutar todos vocês. Vamos ver. Quem quiser abrir o microfone, compartilhar, falar um tchau, mandar um beijo, um cheiro. Tá aberto.
Gratidão, gratidão.
Tchau, gente.
Tchau, gente.
Tchau,
Obrigada.
Valeu a todos.
amores.
John, thank you.
Tchau, tchau.
Tchau.
Thank you.
Beijo, tchau. Obrigada.
I love you.
Obrigada.
Obrigado, Ju. Obrigado, Rafa.
Ah, lindo.
Obrigado, John. Thank you, John.
Obrigada.
Amo todos vocês. Beijo.
Acho que o ano começou hoje.
É.
Ótimo.
Ai, que lindo.
Tá, obrigada.
Tchau, Rafa.
Tchau.
Tchau, tchau, meninas. Obrigada, gratidão.
Eu gosto do Beto.
Ju,
Oi.
oi, eu não posso, eu tenho que esperar vocês todos saírem para depois eu gravar, né? Para depois eu parar a gravação.
Se você sair, já vai começar, já está gravando.
Mas eu não tenho que esperar todos para parar a gravação?
Não, pode parar agora, se você quiser.